I'm Jamaal Bernard, and this is Off Script. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have an amazing guest. I'm excited about this conversation because we got some things in common. Derreck Boseman. Derreck, welcome to Off Script. How you feeling today?
Good, man. Good.
Where you from? I hear an accent.
Anderson, South Carolina.
Anderson, South Carolina. So you're South Carolina ribs, a dry rub or no, barbecue sauce with less vinegar, right?
In the lower part of the state, yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yes.
So was y'all
Charleston area, yeah.
Where y'all grew up on up? Where you from?
They call it the upstate.
Upstate, all right.
Anderson,
upstate.
South Carolina. And they call it Cherokee land.
Cherokee land.
Yeah, before colonization and slavery.
Yeah. we can go somewhere with that one, but yeah, so I'm excited to have you. Tell me a little bit about yourself for those who are not familiar with Derreck Boseman.
Man, I'm a husband.
Okay.
First, been married for 32 years. It'll be 33 Saturday.
Wait, how old are you?
58.
My man, yeah, you looking good.
What they said don't crack.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say that, but I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can say that right now, right? yeah, man, 30 years.
33.
33 years.
Yeah.
I got 26, and I'm like, man, next month is 27. And I'm like, Lord, give me strength.
That's a yeah. Marriage can be tough.
Yes. Yep. And how many kids?
4 total. Yeah,
Wait, hold on. You were talking about me earlier with my 5 kids. I only got one more than you.
But you got 5 in the house, is what it sounds like.
Oh yeah, my daughters didn't want to leave yet.
Yeah, mine are out of the house. I have one daughter that's still there, but she's about to buy herself a house. So.
Nice. Do they live around you?
Yeah, that daughter's there. Then I have another daughter who has 3 kids. Mm-hmm. That's like 5 minutes away. I have a son in South Carolina and a son in Chicago.
Wait, and your grandfather?
Yeah,
no
8.
grades. I got these grades. I even hit grandfatherhood, and I'm looking at you like, man, give me some. What's that secret stuff that you drinking down there in South Carolina? I've been in New York. Is that New York stress?
Water, man.
What?
Water.
Well, I said you and I got something in common because we both lost a brother, and we're going to talk about what does that look like, dealing with loss and the journey of faith that we go through when we look at how to respond to some of the things that people question, right? So they had this thing called the trilemma, right? They question God's power, His love, right, and His knowledge. And so they say, okay, if God is so strong, all powerful, why didn't He stop X, right? Or if He loves us, why wouldn't He stop? Or if He knew this was going to happen, why didn't He do something to intercede on that behalf? And these are the struggles that we go through as Christians trying to explain it. So I'm looking forward to this conversation, but I really want the people to understand who you are as an individual. There's some great things that you're doing within the community, within the family, and trying to hold, push on this legacy, looking into the future of the Boseman family.
Okay. So other than a husband,
and
a father and a grandfather, I even have great grandchildren. I have 3 great grandchildren. My youngest grandson has 3 kids.
All right, can we just zoom in on this brother right here? He's a great grandfather, looking like he's my age. I'm 47, and I'm like, man, pray that I look young like you. You're what, 11 years older than me?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're a great grandfather. What are you doing for your career?
To make money, I flip houses.
Okay.
And as a calling, I pastor.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah, because a lot of people have a hard time separating, vocation, the vocati of of an individual, and then the calling of an individual.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad you separate that. So you flip houses. That's where you help sustain, develop your lifestyle. But then you pastor. Where are you pastoring?
Church is called Tribe of Judah Outreach Church. Yeah, Tribe of Judah Outreach Church.
Tribe of Judah. That's located in South Carolina?
Murfreesboro.
Oh, where?
Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's like 35 miles outside of Nashville.
Oh, okay.
So I've been in that area since 1993.
Wow. So you just putting that work in.
Trying to.
Nah, you doing it. It sounds like you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're pastoring. You're flipping houses. how did you enter into your faith?
How did I start my faith?
Yeah, like how did tell me your faith journey real quick.
Well, I mean, you could say I was born in a church.
Yeah, same here. Your PK?
No. I was in the womb.
Oh,
And I started coming to church like before I even got to church.
Wow.
So it was a mandatory thing.
yeah, it's old school.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was like shine your shoes, cut your fingernails, wash your hair, have your clothes ready, have your Sunday school lesson read.
Yep. My parents were like, I don't care what you do on Saturday, you better be up ready for Sunday service.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Wow. So you've known church all your life.
Yes.
Have you ever strayed from it?
Yes. I wouldn't say necessarily strayed from church. I've strayed from God.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you separate the difference between straying from church and straying from God. What does that mean? You didn't stray from church, but you strayed from God.
God is a relationship.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Church is the fellowship part of it.
All right. So you still fellowship, but the relationship with you and God was different.
I mean, that can happen oftentimes.
You know, the reason why I like that is because you're the first person to really show the difference between, you know, the lifestyle of the Christian, you know, being able to say, okay, no, I'm still fellowshipping, but then what does that relationship with God look like, right? And that's where you say you strayed. Man.
I've always gone to church no matter what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of things in my life. I didn't start off being a pastor.
All right.
You know, I've been the direct opposite of that before. But even in that state,
yeah,
I was still going.
Wow. So just some deep connections. So everybody's hearing me say Boseman, right? And you're also the brother of Chadwick Boseman.
Right. I'm his oldest brother.
You're his oldest brother?
Uh-huh.
And how many of y'all were there?
3 of us.
3?
Yeah, him, my middle brother is Kevin, and then it's Chad. I'm 10 years older than Chad.
You're 10 years old?
Yeah.
Wait, so him and I was around the same age?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he'd be 48 if he was alive. His birthday was just last month, the 29th of November.
Wow, that's amazing. So you and your brother, because I lost a brother also, and you know that journey is still sensitive. It's still a rough one. So as we have this conversation, if you want to just like stop, let me know. You know, I know, you know, and I lost 2 brothers. One as recent as 2 years ago, and sometimes it's difficult to talk about it. So I understand, but you know, your brother has such a legacy, and I love the fact that you're looking to run with this, right? Because he made a name for the Boseman family internationally, right? You know, I know you're out there doing your thing and whatnot. What was it like growing up with Chadwick? Because everybody sees this hardworking, you know, Chadwick, my fa, you know. And what was the young Chadwick like?
Smart, you know, just a really smart kid, really good-looking kid, very athletic, very determined. He always worked really hard at stuff. He became an overcomer even as a little kid because he had little ailments. Yeah, we'll call him ailments.
Okay.
He was born with his. It was either his feet or his hips or something, but he had to put this bar on. They put a bar between his shoes.
Oh, he's pigeon-toed.
I don't know what you call it.
They do it for pigeon-toed people where the bar goes and it helps, you know, straighten some of it out.
Yeah,
and then also if they bow leg.
Yeah.
If they're bow leg as well.
And he may have been both. So I mean, he had that, and when I would see him with it, it's like he did everything that a baby would do with it, except for kick his legs.
Yeah.
But it's like he'd be doing leg lifts with it. Not realizing that he's exercising, but it looked like he'd be exercising. So,
did he try to tag around with you as you getting older? Like, oh, let me come hang out with you, or was the
Yeah,
age
we
gap?
played basketball.
Oh yeah, who won?
I would then.
As y'all got older, how did it turn out?
Yeah, I would. I would then. By the time he got about 16, 17, I couldn't do anything with him anymore.
No?
Yeah, I mean, because he was working out every day. He was practicing every day. By that time, I'm a married man with children. You know, I go play when I can, but that's a part of his lifestyle. So, yeah, I couldn't do anything with him anymore.
Yeah, no, I understand, because the warm-up is different as you start having kids and your wife, and you're like, man, I haven't played this game in a minute. Wow. So he grows up, you're watching him. Did y'all know that he was going to be an actor early?
Man, I really thought that he would be a basketball player.
Oh, he was that nice?
Yes. I mean, you got a brother 10 years older than you, and I'm playing.
Yeah.
And so I taught him everything that I knew. Like he was fundamentally sound at 6, 7 years old, because I was teaching him how to do bounce passes, chest passes, dribble with both hands. So,
all right. So you set him up. So your idea is like, okay, we're gonna get him into the NBA. He's gonna go play some ball, hold it down.
I didn't have an idea for his life, but he could do that. He was a honor student. He was an artist. I mean,
so he's just well versed in.
He could draw, like he could sit here and draw you or I or both of us.
Wow.
He sculpted. He was a real artist before the acting even came up.
So Chadwick is like really like well versed, well rounded about that. I didn't even know that he did all this stuff.
Yes.
Right? You know him for his acting and his heart for the people and his love for Christ. But to hear some of his younger things, my man was a ball player, an artist.
He was gifted.
Yeah, very gifted, very gifted. Now I can see how rough it is to lose an individual with such gifts, and it's funny, people get on me because I'll say this, and some people might not like it, but I know that we always have a list, right? And when we lose somebody that's dear to us, we always look at the list and say, okay, God, why didn't I take this person? Why didn't I take this person? And I know that it's a struggle, because you don't want God to take anybody, but everybody got a list. Like if I had to choose, I would prefer X, this person to go before this person. And to lose a brother like that, it must have been rough.
It was extremely rough. I started grieving him even before he had passed away.
Wow. All right, so let's go. So here it is. He's the movie star, right? But he's a big professor of his faith. What can you give some background of any of the struggles that he would go through, especially being an actor, Black, Christian, in an environment that tends to be antagonistic to at least the Christianity of an individual? How did he stay strong? And did you observe any of these instances that he had to walk away from and really compose himself and not shame the name of God?
You mean him not getting caught up in that lifestyle?
Yeah. Yep.
He never really talked about having to fight against it. Though there are, of course, things to fight against.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a dark world.
Yep.
And filled with all kinds of
stuff,
debauchery.
Yes.
Witchcraft. People don't like this word, but
no, let's say it.
The Illuminati.
Yep.
And
the demonic forces.
Yeah. The agenda that they have. So he did talk about that. He said that Hollywood was gangster. That's how he described it. That was his description of it.
All right. So, but did he talk about the factor of his faith in this journey of stardom?
I wouldn't say he talked about it. I would say that he continued on with it. Like
he just lived it.
Yeah. I mean, he would find a church. He would go to a church, whether in New York when he lived there, in L.A. when he was there. He always went to a church, and he stayed connected to the faith, to the fellowship side, as we talked earlier. and for the faith side, he would pray and he would meditate. Now that I would actually see. I would see him meditating. Like he might steal away, and you wonder where he is, and you eventually figure out that when you can't find him at my parents' house during Christmas or Thanksgiving, that he's in the formal room and he's meditating, exercising. That's how I'd say he kept it together during his private time, during his time in the closet.
Yeah.
That's how I would say he did it.
So he's like, was that Prayer Room, that movie?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Had a spot where you go down, hunker down, and you just get into the Word, or you pray.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good, because too often we see the expression, right? The whole idea of the iceberg, or you look at the work that you don't see, right, behind the scenes, and you just can be caught up in the stuff that you do see and all that other stuff. And I'm like, man, because for the younger generation, Chadwick was holding it down. Like, I was excited, to have somebody like, you got Denzel. That's my dad's generation. Like, that's Denzel, represented. But now to have somebody my age out there, putting that work in and representing Christ, right? It was such an encouragement, because he was on a cusp where you started seeing the shift, where people were at one point professing faith. Yeah, I'm a Christian, but yet their whole life didn't work with that. And then you got the individual say, no, I'm a real Christian. I'm holding it down, but you're going to see my walk, and you're not going to see the issues any issues where people are tripping up and failing and falling. And it's like, wow. And then to see now he's dealing with cancer. Right, here it is. He's walking, doing good. He gets cancer, and this is where that question comes in. Like, okay, God, if you loved him so much, why didn't you save him? And as you observed him going through that journey, dealing with cancer, how did that impact you?
It was what you said. It made me question.
Yeah.
Not necessarily God's power, because I know that God can do anything. I'd say his decision making.
Yeah.
I'm telling
you, I wrestled. I'm like, God, this is crazy. Like, why would you do that? My brother is getting himself back into shape. He died, and then he died. It was an asthma attack. Who is dying from an asthma attack in this day and age? And I wrestled. I'm like, I never questioned his authority. I never questioned him as his being. I didn't question him. Like, okay, but I just don't agree with your decision, right now, of letting this happen. And so I went through a journey, man. But you were there with him, right? And his, as time went on, you saw him push through and be strong on set. And from what you're saying, it comes out of just his character of who he is. But did you see him break down at any time? Did he want to just quit? Like, give me the stuff that we didn't get to see.
I never saw him on set. I never got that opportunity.
Okay.
My parents did. I saw him at his house, or I saw him also at my parents' house during the holidays. He wasn't himself. He was losing weight. He wasn't able to move about like he normally would. He would gather his strength together to do his job. But when I saw him, he was not behind the camera, and he was weak.
Yeah,
he was weak. Oftentimes he couldn't eat. And I've always been like the doctor in my family.
Okay.
Like with my wife and my kids, if something's wrong with you, I usually know how to fix it. I know what to give you, what to buy you, what to feed you. And so I tried to do that with him, and he was like, man, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna help this.
Did you know he was done with cancer right away, or was it something that he revealed slowly to the family?
He revealed it slowly to me and my brother. I think my parents knew the whole time, but I knew it before he told me.
Yeah.
You know, so when he did tell me, I wasn't shocked by it. I was just already praying, you know. Yeah.
So were there any signs of it rattling his faith with God?
He never said it did, no.
No?
And I never saw any sign of it. In fact, he spoke with more faith than I did, probably.
Wow. So he's the one going through it.
And I got to take the word probably out.
Oh, so you definitely. So he's there
Probably
going through.
Sounds
going
good,
through.
but yeah.
Man. So he's going through, and he's just as strong as ever in his faith.
He's going through what he's going through. He had a surgery in March, and I went there to his house for that. And when he should have been resting, he's showing me how to do this meditation, you know. And we're walking through the house, anointing all the windows and the doors in the house. So his faith was strong.
Wow. I'm trying. I just it still gets a little emotional. Because what you got. So I got one brother that died with the asthma. Then I got another brother that died. And it was two different experiences. Some people say, well, if you dealt with one, you dealt with a death. And I said, no, it's not true. Because with my one brother, the question was, why God, why? But when my other brother, the question was, could it have been stopped? And if so, did we do enough? Because this brother died with alcoholism. So when my brother Alfonso died, he died. Jared, who had alcohol issues, started drinking again. And when he started drinking, you can see the struggle. So he'll wake up, praise and worship, prayer, but by 12 o'clock, the sweats start, so then he grabs the bottle, starts drinking, and this became his routine every day, day and night, where it tore apart his marriage, tore apart his relationship with his kids. And it's like, man, could I have been there more to help him? And the two Saturdays before he died, we went to do an intervention, and we had everything set up, and my dad said, look, God's giving you a window. It's a small window, but God's giving you a window. Take advantage of this. And literally 2 weeks to the day is when we got the call. We were out at dinner, at lunch, Michael T. And Chris Prasad. We were out, and my dad, and we get the call. So we go to the house, and literally almost to the hour, the day and the hour, 2 weeks exact is when we went to the house and my brother was dead. And that was a struggle, right? And so as we're talking about this, I'm getting emotional because I see, you're still wrestling with the loss of your brother. And I think, we struggle with the loss of your brother because he was an icon for the black community. He was an icon for, his generation. He was an icon as a representative for what it means for hard work, determination, but yet a life full of faith. But your mourning is totally different than ours.
I wouldn't say that. I have to ask a question, though. Did they just find him deceased?
Yeah. Yep. We found him. We went in the house because he wasn't answering his phone. So his daughter went in to check on him, and she found him on the floor.
I say it's different because yours is more shocking than mine was. Even though your father gave that prophecy to him, that warning, to see it happen, just like he said it. I mean, you still wouldn't be looking for that, probably.
No, definitely no. Definitely not.
But with him, it's like I had the chance to prepare for it. It was during COVID. It was crazy. It was during COVID, and it was at the time when they said mask up. It was March of 2020, like when they really made that
mandatory,
strong announcement. And I'm in the airport in Nashville, and it's a busy airport, and it was like a ghost town. Got on a mask, got on gloves. I'm going to California. He bought me a first class ticket. I didn't need it. It was only 7 or 8 people on the plane. You could sit anywhere.
Yeah.
It was just, it was a wild time.
Wow.
It was a hurtful time. But before it even got there, or after that point, because I came back home after being there for about 3 weeks, and the governor said that all flights would be grounded, and my wife was scared, and my daughter was pregnant, and so I left, but my parents and my other brother stayed there, and I spent that spring and summer walking and exercising and praying while walking, basically wrestling with God, arguing with God and questioning God. And that might not sound right, but that's a relationship that we probably still have. Keep using that word probably. You can blank it out every time I say probably.
No, man, I understand it. I understand the struggle. So post, funeral, after funeral, what would you say kept the family together?
Ooh, I say pain shared is pain lessened. I've heard that before.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I would say the pain kept us together.
Pain kept together. Well, do you think that your faith in God helped get through it, though?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. It was a struggle, and because it's different. It's a different kind of grief, because I would see him everywhere.
Yeah.
I would see him at the grocery store, at the magazine stand. If I want to watch TV, I see his movies being advertised on sites, Netflix,
Hulu, Disney.
yeah, everywhere,
Prime, right?
everywhere during that time. I even went to get my tires changed in Tennessee, and when I walk in the door, they have a table set up with a People magazine with him on the cover. That's what greets me when I walk in the place.
Wow.
Man, he was everywhere. So in that sense, his death and mourning was different.
Yeah.
My phone blew up when he passed away. People from all over the world were trying to say something. I mean, when I say all over the world, I mean all over the world.
Wow.
Were sending me DMs through any method they found my name in my face. So,
wow. If there's any message that you can leave with the audience that's watching or listening to this, what would that be? The centrality of the faith when it comes to dealing with loss.
it takes faith because, God gave life and God takes it away. Or he allows it to be taken away.
See, either he wills it or he allows it.
In his case, like in my brother's case, and this is gonna sound, it may sound strange, but he felt like his death was manipulated.
Can we dig into that?
We can.
All right. And then we'll go back to the message for the viewers.
We can. At his bedside, because I went back there in August and he died in August. I think I was there for like the last 2.5 weeks of his life, and we would talk about various things. And he looked at me one day, and I was already thinking in myself. He said, "Man, I wonder how they gave this to me." And then the question rings out, is that possible?
Yeah.
And the answer is, yes, it is possible. they could do anything. I mean, man has become like Lucifer said in Isaiah chapter 14, I will be like the Most High.
Yeah, they're trying to be like that.
Yeah, they can make it rain, they can make it snow, and every disease known to man is stored in a laboratory.
Well, my belief is that there's a little bit of truth in every conspiracy. Right? There's certain realities, and it's funny. I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast, and I'm like, because he goes down those rabbit holes, and I'm like, the reality of some of the things that are actually out there, and man, so your brother thought he was a product of some of that manipulative, diabolical.
Well, you have to ask the question: would America be, or the powers that be, would they be happy with seeing a black man as a king, revered? All that's not the image that they want portrayed. That's not what they want people to see.
Wow.
Or think.
Yeah. Yeah, because you saw a shift. There was definitely a shift.
There was a shift in our people. There was a togetherness.
Yep. And it's funny because, well, it's not funny. The irony is, I go to this spot, and it's predominantly, white people, and we have had great conversations. And one guy asked me, he came to me, he says, "Look, I sincerely have a question for you." I said, "What's the question?" He said, "Why is it that every time you have conversation and it's like, oh, this is the first black all cast for a movie, oh, this is the first all black a black president, it's the first black this." I said, because what tends to happen is that we as a people don't get to see people who look like us in positions of power. I said, for your son, it's the norm. So for him to go after it is a possibility because that's the norm. So when our younger generation sees people in power and say, okay, so this is attainable, it causes a different shift in the mind of our young individuals to say, I can attain X and I can attain Y because now I see it expressed and shown on television. And so that was the significance, and that's why I loved having this conversation, because that's what your brother did. He said, this is what we are doing, but man, I wish we had more time. We can go down those rabbit holes, but we're going to behave, for now. And we're going to go back to the question. If you got anything to say, what would you tell somebody who's watching this, dealing with loss, right? Dealing with grief and dealing with, but yet trying to keep their faith in God and Jesus Christ.
Yeah, my wife and I were talking about this just the other day because her mother died 7 years ago in November, and every year she goes through something. And like when I first saw her going through it, I didn't understand it. Sometimes it takes going through something to understand it.
Yeah.
And with both of us, we've both come to the conclusion that you just have to tough it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to tough it out because you still have to do all the things that you have to do.
Yep.
And you have to deal with that at the same time. You have to tough it out, and like there'll be moments, since we're talking about faith, that you don't even want to talk to God.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, you get tired of talking to him.
But that's why I love the scripture. It says that at those points that the Holy Spirit will take your groaning and your gnashing of teeth and make it words, on your behalf to God. And I think, if we realize that ultimately God is in control, right? But with our finite minds, it's very difficult to comprehend what does that look like, right? And I think, if God is love, what does love look like expressed through the lens of God, not Jamaal Bernard, not, Derreck, what does that look like, And so thank you so much for this time. Man, I want to stay connected. I got more questions. We may do another part 2 to this conversation.
Okay.
But thank you so much. If anybody wants to follow you or see where you are, is there any social media handles that you want to throw out there?
It's just my name, Derreck L. Boseman.
Derreck L.
Boseman.
Yeah, all right. Yep.
Yeah, Derreck L. Boseman. And my church is Tribe of Judah Outreach Church.
All right. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for those who are watching and listening to this episode on Off Script with Derreck L. Boseman. I am Jamaal Bernard. Thank you again.